Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Football United TV. United across the globe. I am joined today by Rick Sanchez. How you doing, bro?
Good still, man. How you doing, man?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Here with Kojo as well from Free in Midfield. How are you doing, mate?
All good, man. Always a pleasure to be on this show. So thanks for having me on again, bro.
Hey, mate. Thank you for coming by. And Talk MU as well. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, bro. Thanks for having us on, mate.
Cheers for coming by. I mean, I'm still trying to get over last night. We were talking about it just off screen there. A good comeback, but first half shocking, wasn't it, Rick? I mean, is it just Champions League? The fact that we get these results and we can't get them in the Premier League. I mean, what did you make of last night's game? I mean, difficult, wasn't it, for us?
Yeah, it was a difficult game yesterday. In my opinion, that first half was shocking. As in, like, defensively, we weren't doing well. We were letting guys running behind us all day. We're pretty much ball watching. It was like watching a group of primary school kids playing football defensively. Like, it was that bad. As well, even offensively as well, not breaking the lines, shooting behind the lines when they've got like 6 guys in front of us. It's like, the hell are we doing shooting into blocks for what reason? We just looked all over the place, in my opinion. And to answer your question, I feel like, yes, in the Champions League, there's a bit of emphasis because it's a knockout tournament. Obviously, we're in the group stages, but that emphasis that we want to stay in the tournament. So there's an extra gear that United go into. But in the Premier League, I see the exact same thing that we did in the first half yesterday in the Premier League. And I feel like in the Premier League, because we play the same teams week in, week out, I feel like a lot of teams have watched Manchester United, especially how to shut them down and how to keep them there. I feel like, yeah, if we play against a big team, if we play like how we did in the first half against a big team, yeah, big problems. That's all I've got to say.
Well, we've got a big team this Sunday, haven't we? We will talk about that at the
end. Liverpool.
Not just them, a few big fixtures coming up, haven't we?
City, we've got Chelsea as well, Tottenham. I don't know, man.
City, Chelsea, Tottenham, and Liverpool. That's crazy. That's a crazy run-in. And, of course, Atalanta in Italy as well. Kojo, what did you make of the game last night, mate, in your thoughts and your opinions?
As excited as I was about the winner, I can't ignore how embarrassing that performance was. It was a bunch of shambles in the first half. I think the best way to describe it is basically on the weekend, we looked disjointed on and off the ball. In the first half, it was the same thing. There was no sort of cohesion in any area of the pitch. No one knew what they wanted to do when it came to link-up play. Nothing was tidy. Nothing was neat enough. And nothing was it didn't look like anything was really well thought out. It wasn't, let's build something and maybe start on this side, identify a weakness. They played 2 midfielders in their back 3 yesterday, and we didn't utilize that enough in the first half to try and punish them. They looked like the team that was at Old Trafford, at home at Old Trafford, not Man United at home. So the second half was a massive improvement, but that's not something that's sustainable. And the thing for me is, I've always said, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's time at United has always been like, I'm about to get fired and then I pull something out of the hat kind of thing. And it's the same thing with our games. As soon as we look like we're about to lose, out of nowhere, we pull something out of the hat, but that's not sustainable. Because if you now do that against a higher quality team, like you guys have mentioned, the teams we have coming up, if you have a first half like that against Liverpool, for example, and they're 2-0 up at half-time at Old Trafford, they're not going to be like Atalanta, who have their plan A and plan A only of going forward and continue to attack after attack after attack. They don't have to slow things down. When we got on top of them yesterday, we got on top of them yesterday. They started to commit a lot of fouls because they were rattled by that. They didn't know how to handle either being able to sit back or just being under immense pressure. But we should have been doing that from early. If we did that against Liverpool and tried to come at them in the second half, they know how to sit and be disciplined and see out a game. So, you know, I love the fact that we won the game. Everyone loves a late winner. Everyone gets excited. I shouted "Sue" in my house. But but the first half, in fact, not even the first half, the whole game was just not good enough, man. It has to be better. It has to be much better.
It's got to be, isn't it? And Ollie was under threat. I think at half time, like I heard so many people, pundits, going, this could be the end. Like, I mean, we know the board won't do it, specifically before a Liverpool game. I mean, I think we sacked Mourinho after Liverpool, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
So it might be, I mean, what do you think of that, mate, as well, going into this game against Liverpool? But, I mean, looking at the Champions League result against Atalanta, I mean, how did you feel about it, mate? I know you did a watch-along on the Man United agenda. And, yeah, was you okay with it? First half, not, of course, but second half you were.
Listen, it's simple, isn't it? The first half, it was welcome to Serie A. Second half, it was welcome to the Premier League. So in the first half, we played how they wanted us to play, right? Lots of time, nice and measured, and all the rest of it, which is obviously suited them, but it doesn't suit us at all. But then when the second half come around, yeah, we picked up the tempo, we picked up the pace, and then that was basically for me. Look, we're going to say something now that people might not agree with, but I think there's a serious mentality issue. Because if you go into look at all our games, every time we go behind, it's like, right, now we need to fight. It's a fight and flight thing, because we're not ever going to just lie down and roll over. But it seems to me it takes that for us to be behind and be playing bad, for us to get some kind of something in our game that kind of gives us like, right, we've got to really push this now. So there's something missing there from Ole and the coaching staff to get them before the game, to get them in that mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's missing.
Yeah. But what is missing, though? I mean, I don't really. I mean, I know a CDM's missing. Clearly, we do need a CDM, and it's no disrespect to Fred and McTominay, but they don't. I don't think they really do usually play them roles anyway. He didn't at Shakhtar, Fred.
He was more at Shakhtar.
Right, yeah, and you see it in Brazil as well, that when he plays with the international team, he does a lot better. He doesn't play as a CDM. He's taking free kicks. He does all sorts of things, and you're kind of like, well, you don't see that at Man United. Rick, what is that missing bit that Talk was talking about?
I'm not too sure. I think the missing bit, realistically, is we need to bench a couple players, and we need to change the formation slightly. And not to sound like that guy, but kind of do need a new manager. We need someone like Conte to come in, play 3-5-2, get these guys to get the players to change their mentality a bit, get them to actually want to fight and work for the game. Because I feel like Man United's issue since Fergie's left is the players don't work for the shirt. They don't work for the game. They don't really put in 110% like when Fergie was there. Because when Fergie was there, we could be losing 1-0, and United in the last 5 minutes would get 2 goals. Because the team will be fighting throughout the whole game. And I feel like even under Ole, a lot of players just look like they're not bothered until like it's crunch time, and that's when they start kicking into gear. And I feel like as well, tactically, we need to get rid of certain players. I feel like Ronaldo was, in hindsight now, it was a bit of a bad signing, because he causes issues in the middle, because you want someone that can run in behind the fence, that's got the pace. And I feel like Ronaldo, he's lost his legs a little bit. And tactically, he's a bit of a nightmare to play with, because you can't bench him. Because if you bench him, you got the media going, "Oh, why are you benching Ronaldo? He's the greatest of all time, etc., etc." So you got to play him up front in the middle. But then it's like you're pushing players like Greenwood out wide, who I feel like should play in the middle. You're benching Cavani as well, and also I feel like as well tactically, other players like Pogba as well is a bit of a headache as well, because you try to play him centrally, and it's like, what does he do centrally? We played him out left, and it's like, what does he do there as well? So I'm not too sure. Realistically, in my opinion, I feel like Manchester United need a new manager, a whole new formation, 3-5-2, and you just start again. Really, get rid of some players, even if they're of gold quality like Ronaldo. Get rid of them. Start again. Really, in my opinion.
Makes good points there, Kojo. You don't seem like you're.
I know he doesn't agree, but go on.
No, I've been hearing this Ronaldo thing for a while now because I've been hearing it on social media, hearing it in my group chat. But the thing for me is, there's always this thing about either one, he doesn't help the team in terms of pressing, or for example, or the other thing being. But my thing with these Ronaldo things is, firstly, when we talk about Greenwood, like I love Greenwood, and Greenwood for me, I think as United fans, we knew coming up through the ranks, he was a striker, gunman, goal scorer,
Of course,
central all day long. But then his spell in the first team has never been in that role. When Ronaldo wasn't there, he was always on the right. Anyway, Martial was up front. And if it wasn't Martial, Cavani had come in. Now, the thing about Ronaldo and this pressing thing is, United for a long time, this is not only under Ole, United for a long time have not pressed as a collective in years. United don't know how to press. I don't look at United and say, look at the way they're pressing. It's not impressive enough for me, funny enough. So, yesterday, I was looking at sort of like how the front three would do this. I was looking at when Rashford would press, and Ronaldo and Greenwood would not follow. And then Ronaldo would press, and then he'd turn around and be like, "Who's helping me?" And then Greenwood would press a little bit. So I'm like, people are saying Ronaldo, but Ronaldo is not the issue tactically. The whole team and how we are set up is the issue tactically. If Ronaldo is not someone that presses, you can still. Like, for example, Liverpool, there's a myth that the front three always press. Watch Firmino. Firmino don't press for nothing. Firmino is very languid. He is not a fast runner, I'm going to get at you kind of player. If he's near enough, then he'll come at you. He's not someone that chases. Aubameyang chases, Salah chases, Mane chases, Lukaku to an extent kind of chases. But even Firmino doesn't chase, but there's still a logic behind the press behind it. Also in Barcelona years ago, how they used to press. If they didn't get the ball after 7 seconds or so, Pep said in a book that he told them to just hold their position. But Messi never pressed. Messi don't press. Messi can do what the hell he wants. Messi don't press for nothing. So for me, it's like, I do pick on players at times. It's not just like trying to defend Ronaldo, because Ronaldo, like for example, against Leicester was an absolute disgrace. He was trash, quite frankly, to be honest. But for me, and I hate to keep bringing it back at the manager because I'm a coach myself, so I try to sometimes try and defend coaches a bit more than players. But he needs to do more to say to his team, look, I'm going to pick this team for this game because it suits the pressing style I want for this game. He's not adaptable enough. He doesn't think more about the tactics. And with players, but Rick is right. If it takes dropping Ronaldo for a game to make sure you can press another team another way, bench him. But don't do it against Everton, for example, because that didn't make any sense.
No, true.
That one didn't make any sense. But if you do it against, I don't know, you can do it. If you did it next week.
Burnley, for example.
Yeah, if you do it against Burnley, for example. They are a team that play long balls anyway, so you're not looking to press them. So Ronaldo staying on can be fine. But if you're looking for someone to be a bit more quick and get at them, maybe put Martial up top, maybe put Greenwood up top. Cavani chases all day, every day. Put Cavani up top. Just, make something tick and keep opponents guessing. He doesn't do that enough. But then those responsibilities always on the players as well. The players as a collective, sometimes they're very lazy. You can see that in their game. I'm waffling on. Bring someone else in, man.
Well, just going on what Rick said as well, the fact that he thinks there should be a better manager. Do you think that though, Kojo? Do you think Ole isn't the right guy?
I've known that for a long time, man. That one for me is just that at this point, I'm beating a dead horse. He's taken the job as far as he can. He's done the job that he came to do, and he's done it well. He's made us better. Things are a lot more settled, but he's not the man to compete with the others, unfortunately, for major trophies. That's just what it is. Man United, he could probably win a League Cup or an FA Cup. That's not a bad trophy. They're not bad trophies. But we all know United are here to compete for the big two.
Definitely not winning League Cup, though.
Well, we can't win it. So,
Next year.
We all know at the end of the day, and whether it's in the United fan base or outside the United fan base, everyone as a collective knows United must be competing for the top 2 accolades that they can compete in. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not going to help you do that. So, yeah, he's done well, but it's time to walk away, and that's fine. You've done your job. Now let someone else better and more experienced come and take over the role and hopefully make us better.
Yeah, you know what? I agree, and I look at Chelsea as well and the way they handled the Frank Lampard situation. They saw at a stage that it just isn't going to work out. He's not going to be the right man to take us forward. They bring Tuchel in and they win the bloody Champions League. So these sorts of things, they do need to be hurried up a little bit. I mean, people saying that we haven't given him enough time. He's had 3 years. Talk, surely. I mean, I know you still kind of want Ole in, right? But I mean, what do you make of it?
Yeah, I am. I did say last night, I can't keep backing a manager who's not taking risks, who's not, changing things up, especially when he promised us tweaks and energy. That first half, I was fuming. I'm like, I see your tweak here. You're saying 4-2-4, right? But you can't set up in that formation and then just be like mannequins. It's like, because it was almost to me like they were kind of like thinking we must concentrate on keeping our shape. You know what I mean? It was like if they were scared to move in case it all broke apart, which is, I mean, you look at it like that and you think, shit. I mean, is it really that difficult? To press, but to keep some form of shape in terms of an attacking sense. When you can go once you press the ball and you've got it back, whoosh, gone, we're off. Players are in positions in order to take advantage of space in behind, etc. But for me, I mean, with Ole, I think look, we know it is the most difficult job in club football in the world, most pressurised. There's also pluses for Ole in the job. It's just that, like I mentioned before, it's that mentality thing now. It's almost as if it's like, if you keep getting promised something and it doesn't quite happen, and you then every time you're like, oh, am I going to get it now then? And you're like, yeah, I'll get it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, you don't get it, and you keep doing. It's kind of like that, with the players. It's must be getting to that stage where the players themselves are thinking, oh, come on, is this really going to work? And once you get into that kind of mentality, it's dangerous because you're shifting away from the winning way of thinking to, if you go down this is not going to work route, it's done, it's finished. That group of players, if they start thinking like that, Ole will have no chance whatsoever of turning that around, because the only way you're going to get their mindset back out of that is with the new manager, because the new manager bounce. Somebody comes in, fresh ideas, then they're going to be like, oh yeah, ding, it's like a bright new day, and something's going to change them. Then it just gives you a whole new. It's like if a new manager comes in a job where the manager's crap, and nothing's working, then a new manager comes in who's different and easier to work with, and he's lighter in his approach, and everybody gets really like upbeat and goes, yeah, come on, and everybody's on it then, and the productivity starts to improve. That's how it's going to be. So for Ole, for me, I think, how long has he got realistically? Again, all right, yeah, we turned it around, but analysing the game, if you do the numbers, look, it's more a case of individual performances rather than a sound team effort with a plan. There's none of that in play at all. Not even in the second half, there was no plan. You're talking about Ronaldo. Ronaldo at times as well was even over on the left-hand side. So he's switching from right to middle to left and then back again. So it was all over a bit. And maybe, just maybe, the players took it upon themselves to just be like, right, yeah, look, Ronaldo, for example, in the changing room at half time. Can you imagine it? 2-0 down. You're going to go in. You're going to be heading into the Europa League, Ronaldo. No chance. I mean that. You know what I mean? No. He would have been. He's not having already.
He's already looking for a way out. If he hears that, he's like, January transfer for me. Yeah. Sporting Lisbon, hate me.
No, Man City. He goes to
no. We're not having that. So look, it was a good result at the end. I mean, it was a very bad first half, and I agree with all of you actually. The fact that it doesn't seem to be able to do it, does he? And if your players are coming out second half doing it on their own because the fans are booing, where's your manager telling you to do that before the game? I said to you, Talk, as well yesterday, maybe if Ole just come out and said, look, before the game, we're 2-0 down. Go out from the start of the game and just play it like you're 2-0 down. And then you'll do right. The second half was great. I think if we played that the whole game, Atalanta wouldn't have had a chance. But we,
you've hit the nail on the head, Matt. You've hit the nail on the head. It's about motivation. This is a motivational again, but that comes with a mindset. If you're not motivated for something, you have to change your mindset in order to become motivated. If they ain't getting motivated by the coaching staff and Ole, which it seems like they're not, and they're only getting motivated by the risk and the fear of looking stupid because they're playing for the biggest club in the world, getting beat by a team that really, as good as Atalanta are in the Serie A, shouldn't be beating us at home at Old Trafford. Shouldn't be happening. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They should not be doing what they were doing to us. So if that's what's happening here, then it's, it is really damning. That's really, really damning.
Well, they are. They're sixth, aren't they, in the Serie A at the moment? Which Serie A is very wide open, like La Liga at the moment, because they haven't got the stars that they did have, and it's a lot closer. So that's, not very good from Atalanta. That they probably think they could be up there in at least top 4. Let's go on to, unfortunately, a game that we lost. Just to go into the Premier League, and then we can go on to the Liverpool game. I know this is difficult. 4-2 against Leicester. Rick, how did you feel about this result that happened last Saturday?
I was very disappointed. Firstly, we lost our unbeaten away record as well. And we lost to Leicester side that didn't win a game in 5 Premier League games, if I recall correctly. So it's like we gave Leicester the confidence to come at us all game, and they actually did, and they scored 4. And it's like, for me personally, again, the same issues as we did yesterday that were in the Leicester game. Defensively, all over the place. People not being scared to, like Talk said, being scared to break the shape a little bit and even like play out their skin a little bit and play outside the box and whatnot. And I just felt like that Leicester game epitomized for me Ole in general. A guy that, yeah, he's a nice guy and, he's a club legend, but tactically a bit inept. And he struggled against Leicester. He got outclassed by Brendan Rodgers at the end of the day. Let's be realistic now. He got outclassed. Yes, we scored 2 good goals and whatnot, but if you score 2 and you score 4, it's not good enough, is it, at the end of the day? And it's like, I don't know what needs to be changed with Ole, but I feel like he needs to go into games with a different game plan. He needs to go into games with more hunger and desire to win the game, more attacking mentality. And I feel like the Leicester game showed. If you go into games trying to be all defensive and all timid at the start, you're just inviting the opposition to just come at you later on in the game. And I felt like that was United throughout the whole game. I felt like as well, I already spoke about the defense, but offensively as well, I felt like there are times where, Talk said this as well, and Kojo, you said this as well, where we don't look in sync at times. It seems like we are all over the place. It seems like Manchester United, as a football club in general, just don't know what they're doing. It's like we're coasting. And this coasting mentality that we have under Ole, it's not going to end well at the end of the day. It's not going to end well. And that Leicester game showed, if you coast in the Premier League, you're just going to get battered 3, 4, 5 goals. And we need to be more attacking minded. And it's like, I don't know what's happened since Fergie's left, but the attackingness of Manchester United disappeared with Fergie. It's like Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole. It's like we're not really attacking. And when Leicester don't play open football, so when Leicester kind of compact the game a little bit, this is where Man United really show how bad we are, because Manchester United struggle to break down teams, especially teams that play a low block or put 4 or 5 guys behind the ball. We struggle too much, and we struggle to break the lines. And sometimes I'm even wondering, what is Ole coaching them in training? Is he coaching them how to just stand there and look like mannequins, or is he trying to coach them?
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. But it seems like he is, because sometimes I feel like we don't break the lines, we don't stretch teams in terms of width, we don't have a different game plan. Sometimes we do the exact same thing all game, and it's like, I don't know, man. It was just bad. It was a bad game to watch. It was a bad result, and it was a bad performance all around from Manchester United, to be honest.
It was. You know what? The only good thing I saw from that game was Marcus Rashford and how strong he looks now physically. Mm-hmm. I know he hasn't been able to train with the team, so he has been building on his actual fitness and muscle. and he looks strong as an ox.
Even yesterday looked good.
2 goals now. He scored 2 goals in his 2 appearances.
Yeah.
So, Kojo, what did you make of the Leicester game? Did you see anything out of that we can take? Even the bad bits?
No, yeah, you're right with Rashford's goal. I love the guy's movement. Off the left, his movement is brilliant. And Lindelof, his passing range is actually very, very. You know what? I say this now. I don't think Man United are ever going to sign a defensive midfielder under Ole, because I don't think Ole has any intention of playing 4-3-3. I think he loves 4-2-3-1 too much. So he's going to try and get maybe a more defensive-minded midfielder, but I don't know if he'll actually get a defensive midfielder. But I said some time ago that because Lindelof at Benfica played obviously as a centre-back, but he had experience as a defensive midfielder and as a right-back as well. And he was very good at it. It wasn't one of those sort of like, I can play there 1 or 2 times in the season. He was very good in those positions. And it's due to his passing range. And I don't know if some of you guys saw the videos, but he scored quite a few free kicks for them as well. So I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So this guy that we've got right now, I don't know where that guy's gone. Hopefully he can come back to that playoff. But look, the Leicester game, apart from those 2, in terms of the pass and the goal, I want to get at the pundits for a second. Jamie Carragher. Jamie Carragher went on this thing about the XG. I effing hate XG, but anyway.
Oh yeah, I hate that as well, man. Stat padding, bro.
Absolute nonsense. Yeah. He went on this XG rant about when you play Paul Pogba in midfield 2, even though they won 3 out of the 4, when he plays there, they get lucky. They got lucky against Villarreal. They got lucky against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And yeah, we did get lucky against Villarreal. That's facts, absolutely. And Wolverhampton, we got battered for the first half. We got absolutely battered. They were having the time of their life. Adama Traore was just ripping through Fred at every chance that he had.
If he could finish, though.
Oh, if only he could finish. If he could finish, he'll be actually the complete right winger. He'll be perfect. But the thing is, what annoyed me about that game is, one, the blame culture of blaming what an individual came back again. Against Leicester, everyone as a collective, apart from De Gea, was poor. And I say De Gea because De Gea started being 6 instead of 4. That's all. Luke Shaw has been poor this whole season. Harry Maguire should not have even started that game. He was unfit. But even with that, the basic of football is when the ball's passed to you, just in case, be on your toes. So if someone's chasing you down, you get to the ball. He was completely flat-footed. The goal was beautiful from Yuri Tillmans, but the fact that he was able to shoot that was Maguire's fault in the first place. I'm still very unsure about Wan-Bissaka. I can't stress enough how unsure about him. Matic and Pogba didn't work because what Leicester did was when we were in possession, naturally Pogba was pushed forward. It's not about lack of discipline. He's a forward-thinking player, and his job on the pitch is to go and help create from deep or take the ball forward as well. So if he goes forward, and Matic likes to go forward as well, a lot of the attacks came from Luke Shaw / Maguire / Matic's side because they knew that Matic doesn't have the speed to get back. So as soon as the ball went through the middle and they found their player in between the defence and then midfield, Pogba was the only one trying to make a run back, but Pogba's not going to get there either. I don't even think he has sometimes I don't think he applies enough effort to try and get back. That's the best way for me to say it. He tries to get back, but not hard enough. But Matic is not going to get back. He hasn't got the agility, he hasn't got the speed. That's something Ole should have noticed from early. I would have forgiven him if he made a sub in the 20th minute and took one of them off. I would have said, you know what, you saw an issue, you dealt with it. That was another thing. And then again, going forward, there's no plan. There is no plan. There is no, I hate systems. I hate them. I want when I coach I've coached guys up to the age of, I don't know, the oldest guy I think was like 33 or whatever. And I just say, look, this is my formation. This is the style of player I want. But I want you guys to build your own sort of cohesion. So like where the other person is without them telling you, kind of thing. I can't coach that. That's what you guys need to do. But I don't think that's encouraged enough. I think we're very, very
out of book.
Yeah, precisely. Precisely. Literally just like that. And because of that, we can't build anything sustainable going forward. You look at the goals, I mean, we spoke about Champions League game, but even look at that. Bruno Fernandes, that pass, he tried to pull that pass off the whole game. He's just very lucky that Atalanta continue to push forward. If they just sat back a little bit, that goal doesn't happen. Number 2, an aimless cross, in my opinion, and they're very lucky that Harry Maguire's at the back. Sweet shot, but look at the kind of goal that he's got. And then the third one, obviously, Ronaldo header. When the ball's crossed in, you know who your danger man is. But we score the same type of goals. They're either lucky or they're aerial.
Yeah.
There is no. I even hate comparing to City because City's goals bore me. But at least you know what kind of goals you're gonna. You know what? At least you know what they're building, and they're very patient about it. And eventually they find the gap and they kill you. And not only that, but they always utilize their options. Sterling has only started 3 league games this season. The Sterling that scored so many goals for them over the years has only started 3 because he got Bernardo, he got Foden. We're talking about our depth. Cavani, Ronaldo, Rashford, Martial, Sancho, Pogba, Fernandes, Donny van de Beek, Diallo, Elanga, Greenwood. You got players. We're not utilising them enough and we're not being expressive enough in our play. And Leicester just saw that and just thought, you know what, we're going to take advantage of it. And finally, I'll go back to Wan-Bissaka quickly. Right. I'm going to say this right now. I don't care how people feel about this. He is not a great defender.
Oh, yeah.
He is not a great defender.
He's too rash.
He might be fantastic at one-on-ones, but that's not the only element of defending. His positioning is shocking. His awareness is appalling. His marking is terrible. Daka's goal, he was Daka's man. He was supposed to be marking Daka. And when the ball got whipped in, he was ball watching. Maguire, I mean, I don't understand him not marking anybody. 6'5", I don't know. He's probably a hench's flipping Randy Orton or something. I don't know. You should be bullying someone in the box and getting rid of that ball. You should be marking someone. He just stands in areas. He's a zonal defender, apparently. He's standing there, but Wan-Bissaka loses his man time and time again. And it actually grates on me. It grates on me a lot. That's why we concede a lot of goals from Luke Shaw's side. Because when the ball's whipped in, you know Wan-Bissaka's not going to be there to collect it. So, yeah, that match pissed me off.
Pissed a lot of people off, mate. Yeah, me too, of course. But you know what? I think someone, I can't remember where I heard it from, called it out, saying, you see Man City versus Burnley, I think they played, didn't they? They beat them 2-0. Man City players came off the field exhausted. Like, absolutely exhausted. And that's what Pep does. He gets the most out of his players in that 90 minutes. And you see Man United players, they don't really come off exhausted like that. And I just think maybe that's the difference in management, is the fact that he can get the best out of his players for 90 minutes. So he can make them sweat their asses off through a whole game. And Man United players don't seem to put in the positivity or the creativity as well. I mean, what did you make about the Leicester game, mate? And yeah, what did you make about the Leicester game pretty much? Because I just want to get rid of that game completely. 4-2, done.
It was crap. That's how it right. It was just crap. Mm-hmm. Best things was Mason Greenwood, Marcus Rashford. That's about it. That's about it. Everything else has been said already. But the one thing I want to point out here is I don't understand why Ole hasn't noticed this and immediately fixed it, given the asset that he's got sat there. Why do we keep allowing ourselves to be so unbalanced on the left and right? It's always the left. Why is he doing that? It's crazy. You've got this kid Jadon, right? Listen, I'm really harsh on Jadon Sancho when it comes to the watch-alongs, because I want him to. I know there's so much more in that kid's locker, and he's at the moment he's a little bit kind of. I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know what it is, but there's something not quite right, and he's still yet to come out of his shell fully. But do you know what? All he needs to say, look, why am I doing this? Mason, as good as he is, if you're not going to play him up front, don't be playing him on the right wing. You're trying to turn an out-and-out born striker into a right winger. It doesn't work. Just forget it. If you're not, just say to Mason, look, you will get your opportunity, because Cavani's going to be going probably the end of next season. Ronaldo's going to be with us one more season after this, maybe not even. He might not. He might decide, I've had enough, I'll go now. So Mason will get his opportunity, or he'll get certain games, but you've got to start, in my opinion, start using Jadon Sancho on the right, especially now Marcus Rashford is back to fill that left side, and get some nice equilibrium there on left and right. And then also some discipline in the midfield in terms of who is going to be the sitting player. If you're going to sit, you sit. Don't be. It's like when I see Matic playing, I see Matic just drifting up into the box or just out the 18-yard line. You go, what are you doing there? Don't do it. Get back, drop back another 10, 15 yards, and then you've got to provide. I mean, free midfield, sorry, Kojo. Yeah? You understand what I'm saying. You've got to have the person to release the ball to if things get too tasty and too hot.
Yeah.
You know? It firstly stops the pressure. Secondly, it invites the team to go, right, now release the ball back out. Now let's push out. In doing so, that number 6, or whatever you want to call them, can then recycle the ball in. Players can make moves in behind the space that's been left. That's how you get the chances. But we don't do that, and it's that is another worrying sign here, which obviously there's only one place you can look to, and that's the manager.
Yeah, I agree, and hopefully maybe we can do something about it this weekend when we face Liverpool. I'm just going to read out a few comments before we go on to that topic. Devils United, hello panel, big up Maisie. Anthony, big up. Can I ask which people on the panel are Ole in or Ole out? There's 3 of us that are Ole out, and I think talk your Ole in still.
Let me say, listen, because just all I'll say is when anyone asks me why I'm Ole in, it's so difficult because I just see I see all of the positives, but now the negatives are now starting to outweigh the positives. But all I can ever think about when it comes to see Ole's face is how he made me feel in 1999. It's simple as that.
Is that because he still looks?
Fair play.
Is that still because he looks as young as he did?
Just seeing his face,
that innocent face, that smile, that
the baby-faced assassin. I remember when he signed it, and all people was talking about is this guy. And I'm like, right, okay, let's have a look then. And I straight off the bat, I wasn't that guy. I wasn't convinced to begin with, and but he slowly and surely shown us why. And then in 1999, like I say, something happened that we'll probably never see it again in our lifetimes because it's such a difficult thing. It's such a difficult thing to. No, listen, I don't think a lot of United fans understand how difficult that was to achieve what we did.
True.
That was like the pinnacle. When they talked, when the guy was commentating on it, it's the promised land. It is. It's like it's that make believe place that you can only dream about going to. And no, like I say, it's and that's one of the other reasons because because it's Ole in it. It's like he made that possible because he could have not because of his intelligence as a player. Where did he go? He won the corner, and what did he do? Beckham went to take the corner, and Ole Gunnar. He was in the exact perfect inch square on that pitch, right? To get that reaction and go wallop bang, it's in. And Solskjaer's won it. I mean, Jesus, I nearly had an heart attack that night. So, yeah. But listen, I'll tell you now. Listen, I'm not going to continually, like I said before, I'm not going to continually blindly back him if he is not like against Liverpool, which we're going to probably talk about now. Yeah. We need to see some right from the off. We've got to be so alert, so on it, pick the right moments to at least try and press them, try and break up what they're doing because we can't allow them to just dictate that, especially when they get over the halfway line towards our 18-yard line. That's where we've got to start getting in their faces, make it difficult for them without breaking our shape too much. But they've got to do it together. We have to do it as a unit. And if he isn't ready for that, for me, we could be in trouble. We could be in trouble.
Yeah, I think so. We are going to talk right now about the Liverpool game and ask what you think we should do in that game. It's at home, so we need to really be dominant. We're not very good at home, are we, at the moment? Monday, good evening, Matt, Talk MU and the panel. Ole's at the wheel. Yes, unfortunately. The broken down bus is still broken down. It always has been broken down, but it still moves. That's the thing. He's done it well indeed. Give him the next 2 years, he will win you a good cup. Gav, you're an Arsenal fan. There is no process with you. There's no process with us, mate.
Listen, Bargav, I know Bargav is my mate. He's just taking a mickey there. That's just pure piss taking.
So let's talk about then the big game for us.
Game.
The one that we all look at on the calendar, on the fixture list. Liverpool preview. Rick, what do you think we've got to do from the Champions League game? Winning, that's kind of good, because if we would have been going into this game with a loss, Ollie might not have even been there to be able to see that game. So, I mean, what have we got to do, mate? I mean, it's a very difficult game for us, isn't it? And we've got some tough fixtures, haven't we, as well? So it's got to be a win, isn't it?
It's got to be a win. What we need to do is stop Salah. That's the main guy to stop, because he's on form right now, and he's scoring some amazing goals. And he gets himself in areas where, if United are not careful, if Liverpool just ping the ball over our heads, he'll get the ball, get a nice touch, and bang it top corner. We need to stop Salah. Salah's the main man to stop. You stop Salah, you kind of stop Liverpool, because Firmino, he's good, but he's kind of a false nine. You can do him over. You could put him to the side. Mane, he's a guy as well. If you just keep an eye on him, you can stop him from running behind. But it's Salah, the main guy that you need to stop, and we need to press from the get-go. It's not a game where we kind of need to invite Liverpool to come to us. We need to press from the get-go. We need to give them no space at all. Because if you give Liverpool no space at all, they can't ping the ball around to Salah, and they can't play from the wings as well, because Liverpool like to play from the wings a lot. So we stop as well Robertson, we stop Trent Arnold from pushing forward as well, and even getting a sniff of crossing it in. I think we're in for the game. But personally, do I see Manchester United doing that? Probably not, because it's Ollie at the wheel, and in my opinion, Ollie, he's gonna try. I know what he's gonna do. This is gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna be like 2-3-0 first half, right? Liverpool's gonna get back. They're gonna smash us around, and then Ollie will probably give us a hairdryer treatment in the change room at halftime. 1 or 2 players at Ronaldo will probably get pissed off as well, and then we'll get 2 or 3 goals in. But whether we'll win the game, personally, I can't see us winning the game. I think Liverpool are just too good.
3-0 down at half time?
Yeah, because
I can't take that. My heart can't take that.
Nah, none of us can take that, but it's the honest truth. If you saw how we played, like we all saw how we played against Leicester and Atalanta, I know Ollie 110% is going to play 4-2-3-1. He's going to do that again. He's not going to play 4-3-3. He's not going to change up the tactics or even play 4-2-2 and get another striker to play up front with Ronaldo to give, some extra pace or whatnot, or some width. He's not going to do that. You know he's going to play 4-2-3-1. You know he's going to play McFred in the middle, and you know McFred is going to get overrun again, and you know that out back, Maguire's going to be a statue. Lindelof's going to get outrun, and the 2 wing backs are just going to get fucked over, man. You just know it. I can see it, and it's annoying to say it, but I could just see that happening. And I even tell my mates, don't bet on United, mate, because you're just losing money, mate. Bet against United. Don't bet on United to win, mate, because the way we're going, it's just we're just not good enough. I don't have much to say. We're just not good enough.
We talk about pressing. When I'm saying about picking when to press them, we've got to. There's no point in us going right up the pitch to try and press them, because we will get.
No, yeah, I agree with you, Talk. Not right up the pitch.
We've got to wait, pick our moments when they're confident in coming forward and bringing that line up. But we've also, then this is where we can't have somebody like Ronaldo if he's playing pressing, because he's got to be ready for us as soon as we press the ball. As soon as we do press that ball and get hold of it, bang, he has got to be released so quick. We're talking 1 touch, bang, gone. Give anybody like Rashford or Ronaldo an opportunity to actually get in behind and break and one-on-one with a keeper job, bang. That's that, because we don't do that. If we press the ball, if we get the ball and press it and we get possession, and we then try to do that kind of like approach, like a build up.
Well, Kojo, I was going to say as well, bring you in on this. He can't be playing a 4-2-4, can he, against Liverpool like he did with Atalanta, can he? Or do you think he can?
Maybe you can, but the way it's regardless of formation, bro, we need to be ready for a fight, Because what really hit me was I watched the game against Watford. Firstly, Watford lost 5-0. We lost 4-2, and Watford defended better than us. That's what I'm going to say about that. But on top of that, what really rattled Watford in that whole game is, when you are the higher quality side and you're the underdogs facing the high quality side, you are expecting that I'm going to be the one to really put in the dogg's work, and they're going to try and push through the game with their quality. So we're going to be in for a battle, make it tough for them. Liverpool fought them on that pitch. Second balls, third balls, Watford were not winning a thing, not once. And I will say this, the one time they did fight for a ball, Ismaila Sarr forced the goalkeeper into a great save that hit the post. So it means if you are just as out for the fight as Liverpool, then we have a chance. I'm not someone that pushes passion and aggression. I'm not that kind of person, but you need that in this kind of game. Because if Liverpool are coming to Old Trafford to upset us, and when I say upset, not about going to 1-0, they want to come and destroy us. Because their record, even on the Klopp, their record at Old Trafford is not good. We tend to do the job against them somehow. Bar last season when they beat us 4-2, we tend to do the job against them. And even when we go there, we tend to get a draw, apart from when they beat Mourinho's United before he got sacked. We tend to get a draw over there. So they know that they've been better than us over the last couple of years, but they haven't actually humbled Man United yet. And they're looking to humble United. They're looking to hurt United, because that's just something they've been trying to do for the last 30 years. We've dominated them in titles and all that. And then now that they're even better than us on paper, or in form anyway, they come to play us and they can't do it. We need to recognize that they're coming for war. And that first half that we had against Atalanta and that performance we had against Leicester cannot be repeated at any moment in this game. So we need to be ready for war as well, because Ronaldo knows what it means to play against Liverpool. Absolutely knows what it means to play against Liverpool. In fact, the whole team should. I'm not even saying names, individual. The whole team should. That's the be one end of it. They should know what it means to play against Liverpool. And truth be told, in Ole's tenure, somehow against Chelsea, against Liverpool, against Man City, he's got some very, very, very good results. So I'm hoping that they can bring that same energy and he can bring that same sort of, managerial one day a year kind of thing that he does for these games. I don't know. I need something. I don't know what the right approach is.
Kind of like, was it?
4-4-2.
Didn't we beat Liverpool last year? It was in the cup, wasn't it? 3-2. Was it 3-2?
Yeah, Fernandes free kick. Yeah.
Which is a really nice victory for us. I really enjoyed watching that game, because I was like biting my nails. I was like, I don't know, Liverpool are great at the moment.
Do you reckon that 4-4-2 diamond? Because if you try and play Ronaldo on his own, I fear that he may get. They'll tire him out. They'll tire him out, because they'll be, if they understand that, and Klopp will understand that, they'll just as soon as we receive the ball, they will drop back so quickly, and have Ronaldo just running, and he won't be getting any service. They'll tire him out. So he's going to need someone alongside him. He's going to need somebody alongside him. Cavani. I would go. Go on, yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, that's why I said we should play two up front. We need someone alongside Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just worry that maybe Klopp knows that. If you're coming out saying let's play a diamond, do you not think he's already set up to know what we might do?
No. Klopp doesn't show it, or people don't try to believe about him. The guy's arrogant as hell. He knows what he wants to do, and he's going to stick to it. He's arrogant. Yeah. He will not change his way. I kind of admire that. I like arrogant coaches, because Alex Ferguson was arrogant because he knew how good he was, and he made the players go on the pitch and play an arrogant type of football. So we were assertive. That's what he's going to try and do. He's going to try and say, when we're Liverpool, we got this guy, we got that guy. Sellers have got a great player. He's going to tell them to go onto the pitch and do what they do. Yeah. So we have to go on the pitch and do what we are supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to. We need to go fire with fire. We can't be shook of Liverpool. I actually refuse to accept it, because Salah's been in great. It's not just now that Salah's been in great form. Ever since he joined Liverpool, he's been in great form. But every time he's met, bar maybe one time, maybe last year, Luke Shaw has dealt with him overall. So you have to do the same thing, bruv. This is Liverpool. Come to war. I want war. I don't. Bro, if you win this game and then lose the next one, I won't even be mad. I want to celebrate. Smack them. I don't care what position you play. Smack them.
Let me ask you. Can I ask you?
Kojo there, talk, didn't you? I mean, I could take losing the next game if we beat Liverpool. We're not going to win all these games, these fixtures that we got coming up. Surely we're not. If we do, amazing. I just can't see it. Like,
No, 100%. And but what I wanted to ask was, what would each one of you, what would your preferred formation be going forward?
Go on, Rick.
I'd say 3-5-2. Only because we've got wing backs that can push forward and we can alternate that. And I feel like we've got enough midfielders to play 3-5-2. What we need is 2 strikers up front. We need 1 striker that could hold the ball and like get into space, and we need another striker that can run in behind and break the lines. That's what we need really. And I feel like with 3-5-2, that would be a good tactic, good formation for us, and a good base to take it from. To be honest, I don't see any other formation we could play. Yeah, we could probably play 4-4-2 diamond. That could probably work as well. But it would require the centre midfielders to pivot a lot, and one of the midfielders to be box to box. And I feel like we've got box to box midfielders in Fred, but I don't feel like he's good enough to be a box to box. And I also feel like to do that as well is probably going to track back and whatnot, and it's a bit of a sticky one for me. But I feel like 3-5-2, if we can pull it off, and we could just play 2 up front and get the wing backs to work hard, and yeah, we could pull it off. We could do that.
Kojo, what about you? What do you think we should line up with?
I'm a huge fan of 4-3-3, but I know he's not going to do it. I'm such a big fan of 4-3-3. I'm also a big fan of Donny van de Beek, but I know he's not going to see the pitch until he joins Newcastle. So
we've got to talk about that one as well. What's he did?
That's another thing, man.
Yeah, go on, speak about that.
But look, I will go with my preferred formation. My preferred formation is 4-3-3. I think 3-5-2 for me, to be honest, I just can't adapt to it because as a coach, I don't know how to use it yet myself personally. So I'm not the biggest fan of it. But obviously, I've seen it work for many other coaches, so I don't criticize it. I just don't know how to use it personally. I know how to use 4-3-3. And for me, I think if you had Matic is the only defensive midfielder, proper defensive midfielder we have. But I think if you were able to apply tactics where I made sure that he was at least very disciplined in his role, because when Matic is in that role, he does it well. He does it better than a lot of people. Matic is still a very good player. He's never really had the agility, but he's smart. But when you are playing a formation where him and Pogba or Fred or McTominay move forward together, there's always going to be gaps in behind. So regulate that a little bit, let that sit back. And then my midfield 2. Now, this is the $1 million question for me. Now, I would actually rotate between Pogba and Fernandes. I would actually rotate. Because, when against Atalanta, Pogba and Fernandes was on the same pitch after Pogba came on. But Fernandes was deeper, and he looked good deeper. He does that for Portugal sometimes. So he looked like he looked a lot more safe. He's a bit more of a battler than Pogba. He'll chase after players, he'll win balls, and then he'll still go forward at times and try and create. He's got that about him. But I just don't know if playing... It's not that they can't play together. It's that I don't think they utilize correctly to play together. That's my difference. I think I'm definitely beating a dead drum here, but Donny van de Beek is not going to play. But here you go. I'm going to say it anyway. I would play Donny van de Beek, but it's one of those two, just because I think he has more of a tidier game than the both of them. Better link up, can dribble the ball better. And then as for out wide, I'm going to say this right now. I don't want to see that Frenchman. I want to see Rashford on one side. You know what Frenchman I'm talking about, right? I want to see Rashford on one side. I want to see Sancho on the other side. I refuse to believe that you pay 73 million to fill the right wing position to only play him on the left again. I refuse to believe that. Put him on that side, and up front, it's going to have to be Ronaldo, obviously. But that's what I do. But we don't use 4-3-3 properly anyway. So what am I even saying?
We're kind of headless with 4-3-3. There's just no discipline in the middle, bro. No discipline.
Yeah. We can't do what Barcelona do, can we? No.
We're not even close.
No.
I call us Gucci Everton.
I like that as a rap name, actually. It's pretty cool.
Gucci Everton. I'm going to use that now. I'm taking it from you.
He's the Everton DJ, resident DJ. Gucci Everton, yeah.
Yeah,
might as well.
We're just richer, you know what I'm saying? So we're Gucci. They're more like Lidl, but we're there.
That's all.
There you go.
talk then your formation, and then give us your match prediction, what the score will be, and then I'll ask Rick and Kojo, and then we'll finish it off.
What I would love to see, because I do, this is one formation I absolutely adore. I think it's absolutely marvelous if it's used correctly. Is 3-3-1-3, because you use the 3-3-1-3, you are always in a position. You're always in a position wherever you are on the pitch to press that ball. Like we talk about getting the ball back in 7 seconds or whatever. When you play the 3-3-1-3, you can cut that in half because there's always players available, and you are boom, bang, wherever the ball is, you're there. Everybody moves up together as well. Everybody presses from back to front. And if you think about the personnel we've got, how we could use that in the whole, in the one, obviously would be Bruno, the creator. He can, you put that ball wherever you want him to put it. It's for me. I would love to see us do a formation like that, because we see Leeds use it. There's a 4-1-4-1, but it's 3-3-1-3 in and out depending on what's going on. But they use it. Bielsa, especially with Chile, he used it with Chile to like absolute supreme. It was immense to watch, absolutely sensational. Now, if Ole was, I know he wouldn't ever be brave enough because he probably doesn't even understand how it works. He's probably never even looked at it. But you know what? I would love to see us do something like that and be totally, like brave about it and be like not concerned. Because this is another thing I say as well about us is we need to stop being concerned, especially now we signed Rafael Varane, about what's going on behind us, right? Because as I've pointed out many, many times, and it's actually now quite evident that with coming up against Liverpool, they play Jurgen Klopp. It's the numbers game in terms of, you know what? Yeah, you might get some chances, but how many of those will you convert? Right? Not as many as us, because we will create 4 chances. We will convert at least. Like a lot of the time, create 4. They're going to convert minimum 2. If you create 4, the opposition, how many are you going to convert?
True.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is always going to be ahead on the conversion rates. So he knows it's always worth the risk of doing what they do. So for us, I think Ole needs to take a little bit of that kind of a way of looking at things. Stop worrying about what's going on behind us. Free up that midfield, and give Donny van de Beek a chance, for God's sake. The kid is fantastic at using space and manipulating space, and he's always on the move. And he can pass the ball as well.
I'd love to see it. I would. What did you think the score prediction would be, though, to finish it off?
Against Liverpool, I do believe my heart's going to say it's going to be 2-0 Man United, because we're going to let them have the ball in their half. They're going to bring it forward, then we're going to be in their faces, press the big Jesus out of them, and then we're going to slap them. We're going to slap them on the break.
Well, yeah. Solo thinks 4-0, but I'm not sure about that. Rick, what about you?
I'll be okay. I was exaggerating earlier, but I'll be realistic. 1-1. To be honest, I feel like Salah will somehow get a goal, and then we'll play tight. We'll keep it tight, and then I'd say in the last 5 minutes we'll get a goal somehow.
Would you take 1-1 now? Would you take it now? 1-1.
Obviously, no. I wouldn't take. I want to smash Liverpool. I wouldn't take it.
Good. Yeah.
It pissed me off, but I'm just being a holistic and realistic football fan. I'm just being honest. From what I've seen, and from the form that Liverpool's on, and I know United will turn up on the day, but I feel like Liverpool just got enough quality to get a goal, but we've got as well quality to get a goal back. But whether we can beat them, I am not too sure. At this current state, I'm not too sure. Being honest.
Cool. What about you, Kojo? What do you think the score will be?
We've got 1 clean sheet in 20, so expect it to be 1 in 21. I'm gonna try and be positive. I'm gonna try and go 2-1. That's something that's hard for me to even admit, because I predicted 2-2 for the last 2 games, and we snuck a 3-2 on the other one. We got smacked for 4. But Rick is right. Liverpool's quality, especially with Salah, is worrying. It's very, very worrying. But if Ole has any sort of smarts about him, I'm hoping that he kind of refers back to that Atletico Madrid game and shows the players Liverpool's weaknesses, because they found a lot of weaknesses, and Liverpool were lucky to get away with a 3-2 win. So I think there's a lot of things to expose there as well. Liverpool are not perfect. So I'm going to hope and pray that it's 2-1. I'm leading with my heart. I am not going to say what's in my head because I don't. I don't want it to come out. I don't want to utter those words. So I'm going to say 2-1 Man United, and I hope that comes and happens. And me and Kojo and free midfield, we're going to commentate on that game. So I refuse to commentate on that game of which we lose. We better win that game.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I hope so. Now that you're doing that, you don't want to go through anything like any bad moments of a game like that when you're on a live stream, mate. It's
the last game that I commented on that, and it was that I was supporting the team, was England's final. And when I saw Saka walking up to take the penalty after he missed it, Kojo was just looking dejected. I just said, "Hey, F the stream, end the stream," and I just went and kicked it off. No goodbyes, no nothing.
I do not blame you, mate. I do not blame you for that. Like, too right. It was disastrous.
Can I just? Did you have any of you seen on because I was doing a watch along for the final with Stephen on his channel, and but we did one for the Denmark game, and do you know sometimes when things just come out, you don't even think, you're thinking, Christ, what am I saying? But have any of you heard what I was saying during that watch along?
No.
With the penalty. Do you know the penalty?
Yeah.
The penalty that we didn't get for Harry Kane. And then there was another one. And I basically was saying, if we don't get, I said to the ref, if we don't get this penalty, I'm going to effing kill you. Right? I'm going to effing kill you. And I was so enraged. I was running around the room. And then I was going, if we don't get this, I'm going to effing kill someone. I was raging, man. It was crazy. And I'm like, afterwards, I was like, sat down thinking, oh my God, what did I just say? And when I watched it, I was so embarrassed. I'm like, oh man, it's just like, it's got to me, man, it just got to me too much. It was just, yeah. So I know where you're coming from. When you say,
well, let's hope we win then. I don't want you killing anybody if we don't win against and you've already just put it out on social media that you're going to do it. So you might. So let's hope that we win this weekend. There'll be a live save.
Now I know why there's always a policeman outside the house when I'm doing a watch along.
Everybody, we are going to finish it up there. We're just over the hour mark. Thank you so much for tuning in. Smash like, smash subscribe if you can, and share. Really is important. We're going to shout out social media platforms to start off with. Rick, where can we find you, mate? Thank you so much for coming on once again. Thank you, mate. No problem, mate.
Quickly, my Instagram and Twitter is the same. It's Rick Sanchez _7. That's where you can find all my stuff, music, football, etc. There you go.
Cheers, Rick. Cheers, mate. Kojo, free in midfield. Where can we find you apart from a live watch along this weekend?
Literally that free midfield podcast on YouTube and free midfield literally everywhere else. And come follow us. And if I always saying is, if you're a football fan, you're always welcome.
Brilliant. Go check out free in midfield. Really good stuff there as well. Thank you, Kojo, mate. Talking you, where can we find you apart from everywhere? And knocking on people's houses to kill them at the end of the
yeah, looking for referees to gnaw their ears off and things. Twitter, and you find me on Twitter at iTalkMU. Found me on the Man United Agenda on this channel and on Devils United.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. We've had quite a few people coming in today. Solo from the Man United Agenda. Great show, guys. We will be going up to Old Trafford this Sunday to go and check out the fans, what they're saying, try and get some interviews, to talk to a few people. I think we're also meeting up with possibly Jay Motti from the Stretford Paddock, says Solo. So let's hope that happens. But until tomorrow for Gunners from All Corners, this is me, Rick, Kojo, and Talk signing out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday and your weekends. I think I've put it all in there. There we go. We're done. And now I've got to find the brand to put me out of the dream. So much clicking around. I wish it was just one button that was just there. Continuous. Everybody take care, though, and we shall see you soon. Bye-bye.
Ciao.